Another beautiful night at Target Field, and the Twins hope to win this series against the Phillies in Game 2 and hopefully pick up some ground again on the teams ahead of them in the standings. The Twins outslugged the Phillies last night with 11 runs up on the board, and here at home, they have been awesome. Dick and Bert with you for Game 2 between the Twins and the Phillies, and so much has been made of the Twins' top of the lineup, and for good reason. They've done a nice job getting on base, but the guys on the bottom have done their job too.
Yeah, they really have, Dick. When you look at the bottom of the line, but you have to pick one guy, and that's Trevor Plouffe. Trevor Plouffe has been on fire over the last 4 ball games. 9 hits in 16 at-bats, and 3 of them have left the ballpark. Now a little bit down in the lineup, hitting 9th is a guy, Jamie Carroll. Jamie Carroll has been outstanding. Coming over from the Dodgers last year where he hit 290. The average hasn't not yet been where he wants it, but boy, he's picking up some big 2-out hits. 7 for 16 so far here at home.
Now the Twins are in last place, so are the Phillies, and if there's some hope in Philadelphia, it's that the veterans that have led them to 5 straight division titles will find it again. Well, Jimmy Rollins found it last night.
Well, Jimmy Rollins is one of the best leadoff hitters in the game of baseball. A switch hitter. He picked up 4 hits in last night's ball game, and you can see since 2006, one of the best. A switch hitter, good hitter from both sides of the plate. His job to get on base and score runs. If he stays healthy, he will score more than 100 runs again for the Phillies.
Wasn't a pitcher's duel last night, not with 18 runs up on the board. We'll see what we've got tonight. We've got a veteran, Cole Hamels, going against P.J. Walters of the Twins in Game 2. North is brought to you by your local Northland Ford dealers. Visit your local Northland Ford dealer or go to northlandford.com. And by Menards. Save big money on all your home improvement needs at Menards.
Welcome back to Target Field on another beautiful night for baseball. The Red Hot Twins once again are playing interleague baseball against the Philadelphia Phillies. And this week the Twins are celebrating their annual Hope Week festivities. It's a week dedicated to giving back to the community. On Monday evening, dinner was served and enjoyed by Twins fans who literally were hanging with the majors. Nick Blackburn, Carl Pavano, and the Twins' wives organization headed up the event at Toby Keith's I Love This Bar and Grill in St. Louis Park. After the dinner and silent auction, Twins players went to work, becoming bartenders. Proceeds from this evening benefited the Minnesota Military Families Foundation and the Wounded Warrior Project. Hope Week continues all week long, and tomorrow night in our pregame show, we'll get to show you Ron Gardenhire as he and some of the Twins visited the VA Memorial Hospital here in downtown Minneapolis. Minnesota has a tall task in order on the field tonight. They go against Cole Hamels with a balanced attack. They pounded out 17 hits last night. We'll see if they can stay hot tonight. Next on Fox Sports North.
Balls are flying out of target field, and everyone has been getting in on the act. Minnesota's balanced attack has had opponents begging for mercy. Tonight, the Twins try to get their starting pitcher in on the act as P.J. Walters looks to keep the Phillies in their funk. Gorgeous night for baseball, a little bit warmer than last night, but my goodness, absolutely perfect conditions to play in or watch a baseball game.
Blessed with the weather.
And Trevor Plouffe and the Twins take the field, hoping to continue their little roll that they've extended now for more than 2 weeks. The Menards batting order for the Philadelphia Phillies. Jimmy Rollins had a great night last night. He'll lead things off. Juan Pierre, Hunter Pence, Jim Thome, Shane Victorino, Carlos Ruiz, Placido Polanco back in the lineup for the Phillies. John Mayberry Jr. and Michael Martinez.
And P.J. Walters on the mound. Philip Dwayne Walters making his 6th start of the year. Excuse me, his 7th start. Now, when he got called up on May 10th, he made 4 great quality starts in a row. The last 2 have not been good quality starts. He'd like to get back to that, making his first start and appearance against the Philadelphia Phillies.
Northland Ford defense for the Twins, same as it was last night. Josh Willingham in left. Denard Span in center, Ben Revere in right. Plouffe, Dozier, Carroll, and Morneau around the infield, and behind the plate, Joe Mauer. So the Twins, going back to the last homestand, have swept the Oakland A's. Then they won a series in Cleveland, won a series in Kansas City. They won the series here that opened this homestand against the Cubs, and would love to clinch a series win tonight against the Phillies.
Yeah, the big thing for P.J. Walters, get hopefully into the 6th or 7th inning. Now his last two starts ago in Cleveland, 4 1/3 innings. His last start, 5 innings. Even though they are not quality starts, Twins still won those 2 ball games. They came back late and beat the Indians and the Cubs.
And the Twins got just 5 innings from their starter last night, Nick Blackburn. So you don't want to come off an off day and exhaust your bullpen right away.
Right.
First pitch to Rollins, over for a strike. Rollins with 4 hits in the game last night. Off the plate, 1-1.
Now, Rollins in his 13th season with the Philadelphia Phillies. A switch hitter, hitting .262 as a left-handed hitter, right on top of the plate.
And he drops a single into right field in front of Revere to start the ball game.
That's exactly what he did in last night's ball game against Nick Blackburn. A base hit to right field. That was on the ground. This one a soft line drive in front of Ben Revere.
What we've seen from Walters in his last 2 starts, he's given up a lot of hits, 16 hits in 9 1/3 innings. And he's greeted by a single here in the first inning by Rollins. Now Juan Pierre.
And keep an eye on Rollins' outstanding speed at first base. 10 stolen bases in the 11 attempts. Juan Pierre in his first season with the Phillies, his 13th major league season. Last couple years with the White Sox.
On the outside corner, 1-1, says Phil Cuzzy.
But what we've seen from Walters too, Dick, is not an overpowering fastball. He did have a season high 8 strikeouts in that complete game against the White Sox, but normally it's 2, 3, 4 strikeouts a ball game. He's a guy that relies on the opponent making contact, and hopefully it'll be at somebody.
One and 1 the count to Pierre, who'll be followed by Hunter Pence. A bunt foul, 1-2. You look at Walters, and he doesn't have an overpowering fastball, and when he succeeds, he seems to do it more with his off-speed stuff. And I don't know, is there a comparison that can be made there between Walters and a much more experienced pitcher, Carl Pavano?
Yeah, pretty much. They have to hit their spots. They have to keep the ball down in the strike zone. Now ahead in the count, there's Carl Pavano right there, still nursing that shoulder injury, and hopefully get ground ball outs.
This one a line to right field, and Revere retrieves and returns the ball to the infield. First and second, nobody out.
Oh, that breaking ball right there just hung. I said get the ball down, and this ball just kind of spun right into the swing of Juan Pierre. See it kind of hang right there. He's the type of pitcher, he's got to keep that breaking ball down in the strike zone. Pitchers usually first couple innings are kind of pumped up. First time you're going to pitch in 4 or 5 days, and it takes a little while to get down, but he's got to get down in the strike zone quickly here.
2 on, nobody out. Hunter Pence at the plate. Pence came up in this spot last night, grounded into a double play in the first inning. And Walters, again, when he's been successful, he's gotten a lot of ground ball double plays, 8 of them, or a little more than 1 per start. Last night, Rollins singled and Pierre walked. Off the end of the bat. And that's going to die in front of Span, and a throw to second, and Pierre gets there. So might have cracked his bat. It surely hit the very end of it. A little spinning flare into center fills the bases.
Yeah, almost started straightaway center, then it just died in a little bit. Watch it right off the end of the bat, and Span comes hustling in, but that ball with that swing, it looks like it's going to be a little further than it is. Lands in front of Span, so bases loaded, nobody out for the Phillies here already.
And now Thome, who got hits his last 2 times up, also drew a walk, scored a run. And 96-mile-per-hour fastball tapped foul.
Walters, 27 years old, originally signed by the Cardinals. Came up with the Cardinals in 2009. Also spent one game in relief with the Blue Jays last year.
That caught the corner, and Tomey looks back at Phil Cousin.
Well, Tomey looking for something, I'm sure, away, and that good pitch right there. It says Fox Tracks.
See what Walters gives Tomey on 0-2. Tomey doesn't bite on the changeup. 1-2. Walters with a really good month of May. 2-1. ERA under 3. June has not been kind to him, and he's in a pickle here in the first inning against the Phillies. I wonder how much of his difficulty in his last 2 starts, if any of it, can simply be attributed to the advanced scouts and teams having some idea what Walters' tendencies are, what his capabilities are.
Well, I think what you see is a guy that has to hit his spots. I mean, right here, this is a big pitch. You don't want to go 3-2.
Breaking ball around the plate. And Tomey, of course, for every home run he's hit, he's drawn 3 walks. So he's a very dangerous guy up there when there's no place to put him. Lace to right field. 2 runs are going to score. And there's still nobody out. 2-0 Philadelphia.
I said that 2-2 pitch very important. Ron Gardenhire is going to come out already.
Jeff Manship is warming up already.
I don't know if Walters had some problems maybe in the bullpen before the game. Manship looking to see what Gardy's going to do right here.
Very rare for the manager to come out and not the pitching coach on the first visit. And you wonder too if there's not something physically challenging Walters.
Yeah, I think Gardy, that's what he's talking to the umpire
They're going to bring
right
the trainer out, Dave Prumer. And Gardy, I can't read his lips, but I think he's telling him, be honest with me.
Be honest with me right here. What's going on? Didn't really see. I mean, I think his fastball was clocked at 85, 86, and normally, you know, he's 89 to 91. '87 was the highest recorded, and Walters will lead the ball game. We'll try to get a reason why he's coming out of the ball game. Jeff Manship should get as many pitches as he wants. Maybe an injury. That fastball right there, and Tomey did not miss it.
Almost lucky that the ball wasn't knocked out of the ballpark, given the velocity and where it was. And it's obvious there must have been a concern with Walters before he threw his first pitch, because the Twins waited very little time in getting Manship loose down in the bullpen. So we'll have a break here. Manship will get tuned up, warmed up, and will come into a ball game that is already 2-0 Philadelphia. Phillies, including Jim Thome's 2-run single that eventually led to the dismissal of P.J. Walters. Jeff Manship will come in for the 4th time this year.
Well, Manship down in AAA, he was used as a starter, so hopefully he can go 4 or 5 innings and to take some of the pressure off of that bullpen. And even in last night's ball game, Nick Blackburn started the ball game, but the Twins had to use 5 different relievers to get through that game.
So the Twins hoping to come back and win this game, win the series either tonight or tomorrow, and that's been the pattern against teams like the Athletics, Indians, Royals. Cubs are in last place. Phillies are in last place.
Remember, the Twins got swept here by the Tigers, and then the A's came in, and that's when they seemed to start playing well. They swept the A's, went to Cleveland, did 1, 2, or 3 there, Kansas City, and then the Cubs, and that's what you want to do is win series.
Rick Anderson, again, it's just unusual, curious that Ron Gardenhire would go to the mound. I think trying to get the pitcher to look him in the eye and find out exactly what physical issues, if any, he was dealing with.
Well, I'm just speculating, but he may have warmed up and didn't feel real good, but maybe there's shoulder problems, maybe there's an elbow problem. We'll wait and find out. But anyway, Jeff Manship in the ballgame, couple runners on, nobody out.
Shane Victorino takes a fastball, strike 1.
Manship with a fastball. He'll be clocked from 88 to 93. Very good curveball, slider, and a changeup. He's in his 4th season with the Twins. First came up in 2009. Did make 5 starts in 2009.
That's to center. It'll carry out to Span. Pence setting up for a tag, but he's not going anyplace, and there's an out. 1 away. And that'll bring up Carlos Ruiz. You were never in this situation, I don't think. The one that.
Oh, I was in that situation a lot.
No, but I mean Walter.
Nobody out.
not Manship's situation where you're brought out of the bullpen early on. It's a peculiar territory for a pitcher. You prepare yourself, I suppose, mentally to come in 3rd, 4th inning at the earliest, but boom, I mean the game's 15 pitches over or whatever, nobody out on the board, and you're in there.
Yeah, that's the type of roles that Manship and Swarzak and maybe Jeff Gray, they're kind of in. Remember, we did that. I did that interview with Glenn Perkins, and Perkins kind of the 8th inning, 7th, 8th inning setup guy. He doesn't go out to the bullpen till maybe the 5th, 6th inning, to where Manship, you got to go out there with the starting pitcher because you never know what might happen.
There's a little flare into right field. That's going to drop in front of Revere. They're going to send Pence. Here's Revere's throw to the plate. Not in time. It's 3-0. Another single. And in reality, very few of them have been hit hard. That one just dumped over the head of Carroll. But an RBI single for Ruiz.
Ruiz, hitting .350 in the top 10 in the National League, and hitting kind of jams himself right there, but got the barrel of the bat out and hits it softly in front of Ben Revere. And Hunter Pence, outstanding speed, even though the throw was offline. Pence scores from second base.
And now Placido Polanco. Polanco's been out with a sore left hand, back in the lineup tonight. Breaking ball, and he ducks out of the way and takes a strike.
Polanco in his 3rd season with the Phillies. His 15th major league season. Doesn't strike out much, doesn't draw a lot of walks. Usually puts the ball in play. Singles type hitter.
That's down the line, foul. When the Phillies signed him, of course, they had a healthy Chase Utley at second base. People thought, well, what in the world? This guy's a Gold Glove winning second baseman. Why would the Phillies be interested in him? Well, they wanted to convert him to a third baseman. And last year he won the Gold Glove in the National League at third base. Two strikes. Manship to Polanco.
Twins saw Polanco when he was with the Tigers for 5 seasons.
1-2.
Polanco in 190 at-bats this year has walked only 7 times, and he has struck out only 17.
At the knees, below the knees, 2-2.
And he's one of those hitters like Jamie Carroll that chokes up a little bit on the bat. Cole Hamels.
Keep piling on, boys. Fly ball left field. Willingham near the line for out number 2. And now John Mayberry Jr. Mayberry pinch hit in the ball game last night.
He definitely got his height from his dad. His dad, John Mayberry, a great first baseman, mainly for the Kansas City Royals, about 6'5".
He did not get his father's girth.
No.
John Sr., pretty stocky, strong hitter.
Very strong.
Ball 1.
His father hit 255 major league home runs.
Fouled off a leg. 1-1. Well, first inning pitching change, and Manship trying to retire Mayberry, the 8th Philadelphia batter. Phillies only scored 2 innings last night, but they got a 4-run inning, a 3-run inning, and now they break out of the blocks here tonight with a 3-run inning at least.
Good hard breaking ball there. Manship, 27 years old, signed by the Twins in 2006. Out of the University of Notre Dame.
Driven to deep left field on a 1-2 pitch. A 3-run home run by Mayberry.
Oh, there's some of his father's power right there. Mayberry with his 3rd home run of the year. And it's an early 6-0 lead.
So the Phillies jump out to a quick 6-0 lead.
That looked like another breaking ball right here. And well, maybe, I don't know what that was, a changeup. But Mayberry, good extension. And hitting a line drive home run, a big 3-run home run for Mayberry.
Big swing and a miss by Michael Martinez. Bounce toward first. Morneau has it. Manship at the bag, and finally the inning comes to an end. 9 men bat and 6 of them score. made a pitching change already, and they're down 6-0. Here's the Twins Menards batting order. Denard Span leading off. Ben Revere hitting second. Joe Mauer third. Then Willingham, Morneau, and Domet. Plouffe, Dozier, and Carroll. If you kept score last night, just copy it down from last night's scorecard. The same guys in the same order.
Cole Hamels will be facing that lineup looking for his 9th win of the year. He won 8 straight games in 9 starts earlier this year, but the last 2 starts have been a bit of a struggle for Hamels. Hamels in his 7th season with the Phillies, a tough left-handed starter.
Had some leads in his last 2 starts, but wasn't able to hold them. We'll see if he fares any better tonight. Strike 1 to Span.
Hamels with a good fastball, low 90s, big curveball. He'll throw a little cutter and a very good changeup.
Span started the ball game last night with his 2nd home run of the year. Hamels gets ahead of him 0-2.
Hamels making his 2nd career start against the Twins. He was a starter in that ball game where the Twins came back and won. There's a base hit up the middle for Denard Span.
Span's been a big part of what's been a very strong first third of the Twins batting order in the last 16 games. Look at the on-base percentages for Span, Revere, and Mauer.
Yeah, our GMC's keys to the game, those guys are the table setters for the 4, 5, 6 hitters.
You mentioned Hamels made a start against the Twins, and not 6-0, but it kind of started this a lopsided game against the Twins. Manship came into the game and pitched some big innings in the middle of that game in Philadelphia 2 years ago. The Twins ended up winning, what was it, 11-10, 12-11, something like that?
13-10.
13-10.
In 11 innings. And Hamels left that ball game with a 9-4 lead after 7 innings. And then the Twins just jumped all over their bullpen.
Jim Thome with a long home run to center field. Here's Revere. Strike on the outside corner.
Now, opponents hitting only .230 against Hamels. Left-handed hitters actually hitting better, hitting .250. Right-handers .223.
Great stop by the second baseman Martinez, and they get a force at second. Michael Martinez out of his glove to Rollins at the bag, and Span is forced. What a great play.
What a great play. The flip of the glove right to Rollins. This looks like a base hit up the middle. Martinez stretching out, and somehow, while he was kind of taking a dive right here, able to get that ball back towards second base and almost complete a bang-bang double play. What a nice play by Martinez.
Here's Mauer. Well, the Twins get a couple of sharp ground balls up the middle. One for a hit, one for a force play. And now Mauer takes a strike over the inside corner. Strike 2. Hamels has thrown 7 pitches. They've all been strikes.
Joe, pretty good eye at the plate, and thought that ball was low. Joe's hit very well against lefties this year, hitting .352.
Struck him out, 2 down.
That's a changeup right there. Great arm delivery. Hamels pick up his first strikeout.
Northland Port defense for the Phillies. Pierre, Victorino, and Pence in the outfield. Polanco, Rollins, Martinez, Mayberry. And Ruiz behind the plate. There's Michael Martinez, who's already turned in a great defensive play here. Josh Willingham will hit home run number 12 last night. Pulled on the ground to third. Polanco's there. Force at second base, and Hamels comes off the mound after just 9 pitches.
6-0 Phillies as we head to the top of the second. The Twins are not the only ones looking for a big win tonight. Bradley Adams of Glenville, Minnesota, played the Minnesota State Lottery $1 million match game, and he pulled a gold coin with number 1 right there. He won $15,000. Selected Twins fans that played along with Bradley also walked away with scratch tickets and prizes. Play the $1 million match game, and you can win a trip to $1 million instantly. Nothing like $15,000 extra to leave the ballpark with, guys.
Not bad. Not bad at all. Congratulations to him.
But Jeff Manship, who was charged with 2 of the 6 first-inning runs, will face Jimmy Rollins here to start the second inning. And the first pitch over for a strike.
Yes, Jimmy Rollins that got the Phillies going in the first inning with a base hit to right field. 9 batters come to the plate in the top of the first inning. Good fastball down and away by Manship.
2 strikes to Rollins. Rollins, Pierre, Pence, Tomey all singled. And Manship strikes out Rollins, 1 away.
Manship picking up his first strikeout. In Rochester, Manship made 4 starts in 12 ball games. Had a very good 4-1 record, an ERA at 3.08 before getting called up on May 27th.
Pierre slaps it foul. Phil Cuzzy's got a wide strike zone.
Nothing wrong with that.
0-2. And Pierre.
That was a defensive swing.
A wristy swing.
That was a get out of my kitchen swing.
0-2 to Juan Pierre. And a curve outside.
Juan Pierre's had a nice career. 13th major league season. Career .295 hitter. Has over 550 stolen bases in his career.
Lifted to left, and Willingham comes in, puts it away, 2 down. Two down, Hunter Pence to the plate this July. Don't miss the biggest event of the summer, the baseball's greatest stars battle for home field advantage in the World Series. The road to the World Series begins with the 2012 MLB All-Star Game on Tuesday, July 10th at 6:30 Central on Fox. Big swing by Pence. The managers named their coaches today for the All-Star Game. Ned Yost and Bob Melvin will be the primary coaches. Swing and a miss for Ron Washington. Tony La Russa is bringing back his coaching staff from last year with the Cardinals, which means Dave Duncan's going to come out of his retirement and enjoy the All-Star Game. Bounced up the middle. Dozier with the catch. He won't throw out Pence. It's a 2-out infield single.
Pence gets his second hit of the ball game. Good range by Dozier right here, but you're right, Dick. I mean, Hunter Pence gets down that line as quick as anybody.
Here's Tomey, drove in a couple of runs with a sharp single to right center and an RBI single in last night's game. He has been on the ball since coming off the disabled list. Went down to Florida on a rehab assignment, had a lot of at-bats, took a lot of swings. Spent about a month on the disabled list with, of course, his back issue, which we were well aware of when he played for the Twins. 2-0 to Tomey. 1-1, I guess, on our scoreboard, and it is 1-2.
Yeah, we just got a report from the clubhouse that P.J. Walters' right shoulder stiffness. He could not get loose out in that bullpen, and he'll be having an MRI tomorrow.
1-2. The Phillies' designated hitter. 2-2. Sometimes you have to remind yourself. A year ago, Jim Tomey was still playing for the Twins. Lots happened since the Twins traded Tomey.
Pretty good company right there. Jim Tomey's second on that list. Ryan Howard, of course, missed by the Phillies this year on a disabled list.
And the scoreboard ball strike tally, I guess, was correct. Tomey draws a walk with 2 away. First and second. That'll bring up Victorino. Well, we'll hear Ron Gardenheimer's comments after the game about P.J. Walters. You kind of sense that there was a pregame issue when Walters ran into immediate difficulty. He only threw 15 pitches, gave up 4 singles. Then we looked up and Jeff Manship was already warming up. Down and away, 1-1. Pulled foul. And it's 1-2 to Victorino.
Yeah, Victorino, 31 years old, originally signed by the Dodgers out of Hawaii. Came up to the big leagues with the Padres in his 8th season with the Phillies. He's had some good years in a Phillies uniform, a career .280 hitter.
2-2. Mentioned last year, 2 years ago, excuse me, in Philadelphia, Manship entered the game after a short start by Kevin Slowey and put some zeros up on the board, kept the game, as it turned out, within range. Chopper towards second. Carroll flips to Dozier. That ends the inning. A single and a walk do no further damage, but the Phillies have a 6-0 lead. 6-0, not the situation you want to be in with Cole Hamels is on the mound. It's the situation the Twins are in. We'll see if the Twins can get a run or two back here in the second, starting with Justin Morneau.
And that's an important part right there, Dick.
A towering fly ball. And Pence comes in for out number 1.
That's an important thing what you're talking about right there. You'd like to have an inning like the Phillies had, but it's still early in a ball game. You'd like to get 1 or 2, kind of like what they did last night. Just try to add a run here or there and get back into the ball game.
Ryan Domit will face Hamels. And he stands in as the most experienced Twins hitter against Hamels. All the years in the National League together. And Domit 9 at bats, 3 hits. Josh Willingham actually has more experience against Hamels.
Domit does have a couple doubles in the 3 hits he has against Hamels.
1-1. And that's the first pitch that Hamels has delivered that hasn't been a strike or put in play. One and two.
Well, Hamels 28 years old already in his 7th season with the Phillies. It's Phillies' #1 pick, 17th overall pick in the 2002 draft.
Domit taps it foul. And Domit's called out on strikes, 2 away. Trevor Plouffe to the plate. Roy Smalley, what are we watching here with what has been a very encouraging last couple of weeks from Trevor Plouffe?
Well, you're watching a very, very hot young hitter. He's been working very hard, normally a pull hitter, but he has worked very hard to hit the ball in the center of the diamond. You can see still a pull hitter, 11 of his hits to left field, but 9 of them to center field. That's very important for him. That's what's led to being a little bit more consistent at the plate. Home runs still going to his pull field, as we saw, but his ability to get hits in big situations, singles and doubles in the middle of the field, has really kind of turned his whole approach around.
Yeah, outfield playing pretty much straight up.
One and one to Plouffe. Threw him a changeup, got a swing and a miss.
Oh, he's got a good changeup.
That's great arm speed, isn't it, Bert?
Yes,
Holy cow,
it
it looks just like a fastball coming out of his hand.
He struck out Joe Mauer in the 1st inning on it.
Plouffe drives it to left and gone. Number 11, and he's now 2nd on the team in home runs.
Boy, I tell you what, when a pitcher makes a mistake right now to Trevor Plouffe, he is not missing it. He's not popping that up. He's hitting it solid somewhere, and it's been deep. Hamels looked like he came back with an off-speed pitch, and Trevor Plouffe kept those hands back nicely.
And look how still his head was, Bert. I'll tell you, that swing is so good and so dialed in right now. I don't know why a left-hander especially would ever throw him a breaking ball strike, but see how his head is behind his swing. That's not what we saw from Trevor last year. His head was diving in and forward toward the plate, and keeping his head still like that has enabled him to get to way more pitches than he ever has before. I can see him getting beat on that changeup because it looks like a fastball, but I think that's a real mistake throwing him a left-hander throwing him a breaking ball strike. I just don't think he's going to miss that pitch.
2 strikes to Dozier, and now inside 1 and 2.
Well, the 10th home run that Hamels has allowed, and the 8th to a right-handed hitter. Well, the Twins do come back, and now they're only down by 5.
Two and two. hit fairly hard to center right to Victorino. Well, you don't like giving up the first 6 runs of the game. Probably important, though, that the other guys scored the 7th run. The Twins did that on a Plouffe home run at 6-1. Early lead. You can let us know who you think will be the Arby's value player of the game. And night in and night out, Trevor Plouffe is getting a lot of votes these days. Text the word value, followed by a space and the player's name to short code 234-234.
And he should. He's been red hot. Put the Twins on the board with his 11th home run.
Down to the 3rd inning, Carlos Ruiz will hit. Ruiz with an RBI single. He was the second manship faced in the 1st inning. And there's ball 1. Ruiz, Polanco, and Mayberry here in the Philadelphia 3rd inning. 2-0. Just reminding viewers and fans that these back-to-back short starts. Now, in essence, the Twins have got 5 innings of work from their last 2 starting pitchers. There's a drive to center. Span going back and over, getting turned around, and it's off the wall on 1 hop. And Ruiz with a double to start the 3rd inning.
Carlos Ruiz just have been hitting the heck out of the ball. He got some hits in last night's ball game. He just smokes this ball over Denard Span, and then Span, thinking it was going to be over his left shoulder, ends up being over his right shoulder. So it'll be a double for Ruiz, his 14th double of the year.
And now Polanco. Polanco with a fly to left is first time up. But the 5 innings from Blackburn last night and no outs recorded by P.J. Walters tonight comes shortly after the Twins finally cut back from 13 to 12 pitchers. And one of the reasons they did that, of course, is with the National League style games coming up, you want to have some pinch hitters available. And so the Twins are, we're hopeful of being able to get by with 12 pitchers. But my goodness, they're going to have to get 9 innings worth of pitching out of the bullpen today after 4 innings last night.
That's still been a constant problem all season long. The bullpen has worked so many innings. Very good innings, but so many innings.
1-1 to Polanco. Pulled to third. Plouffe backhands it, looks the runner back, and Morneau with a reach, pulls it down, 1 down.
Good changeup right there. It had Polanco out front. Polanco trying to hit the ball the other way to get the runner at second and Ruiz over to third. Little changeup, Polanco out front. And Ruiz stays at second base. So the changeup, Polanco out front.
And here's John Mayberry. Manship got ahead of him 1 and 2, and then Mayberry cranked a 3-run home run that doubled the Philly lead in the first inning. Down low, ball 1. Must have faced John Mayberry Sr. quite a bit.
Yes,
huh?
I did. Good hitter. Powerful hitter, but also a good average hitter. And John Mayberry Jr. last year played 104 ball games for the Phillies, hit 15 home runs. That 3-run home run, his third of the year.
2-0 to Mayberry.
Yeah, Mayberry part of that ball club that won a World Series. It's at 85.
Bounce to third. Plouffe can't flag this one down. Ruiz will round third and score. Willingham fires it towards second base, and Mayberry's got a pair of extra base hits and 4 runs batted in already.
Well, 2 doubles in this inning against Manship. Gets that run back that Trevor Plouffe put on the board in the bottom of the second inning. Fastball up, and Plouffe diving for it just out of his reach. So Mayberry with his 9th double of the year, picking up his 16th RBI, his 4th RBI of the ballgame.
Michael Martinez will hit a chopper to Morneau. Was retired for the last out of the first inning. Down and in, ball 1.
One thing about the Phillies, you know, I mean, they're in last place. They're 9.5 games behind the Nationals in their division, but a very good hitting ball club. They're hitting .268 as a club. Only the Cardinals are hitting better in the National League. Cardinals hitting at .275 as a club.
Now Manship falling behind batters here in the third inning. 2-0. To left. Hit at Willingham for out number 2. And before Rollins comes to the plate for his third at bat, we're just in the third inning. You can enjoy the best that Target Field has to offer with your group of 25 or more. No deposits required for a 2012 group outing. Just reserve your best guess number of seats and pay only for the number of tickets you actually use. You'll be seated together and your group's name will appear on the Target Field scoreboard. Get your church, business, school, group, sports team together. 833 Twins and ask about a Twins group outing. Down and in, ball 1.
Yeah, that's not a good thing if Rollins, the leadoff hitter, bats for the 3rd time in 3 innings.
Something's gone terribly awry, and that's been the case. Not only did the Twins starting pitcher leave without retiring a batter because of injury, Phillies scored 6 times in the first inning and batted around. Breaking ball drops over 1-1. We talked a little bit about it last night. 50 pitches already for Manship. But you know, this Philly team, it's a pretty proud group. A lot of veterans that have done a lot of winning over the years. As banged up as they are, if they can get healthy, if Halliday can come back and anchor the rotation, if Ryan Howard can come back, and some of these other guys.
If Cliff Lee can get a win.
I'm guessing if some of the other things happen, Cliff Lee eventually will get his win.
Yes, he will.
Halliday with a pulled lat muscle. Latissimus dorsi, I believe, is the Latin name for it. Swing and a miss, and that ends.
Dr. Dick.
Couple of hits, another run for the Phillies at 7-1. Sports North is brought to you by Sanford Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, for the everyday competitor in all of us. By CenturyLink, a different kind of communications company. CenturyLink, your link to what's next. And by Grand Casino, the best stories start here. Beautiful night at the ballpark. Twins will try to do something about the scoreboard in the next hour and a half or so. 7-1. And Jamie Carroll will lead things off. Carroll dumps one toward right field. He just keeps piling up the hits. Didn't hit it particularly hard, but he's aboard with a leadoff single.
Yeah, that average up to 255, where it was in the 220s a couple weeks ago. Not only getting hits, but also some big two-out hits. That fastball just kind of fought off right there, up in the strike zone. Hit softly into right field. Twins get their third hit of the ball game off of Cole Hamels.
Span singled up the middle, was forced at second base on a good play by Martinez. This one rifled to center, but right at Victorino. Span driving the ball hard for the first out of the third inning. Set your compass due north at Fox Sports North. This week on Due North Outdoors, meet one of the Midwest's youngest and most talented bass anglers on the rise. Watch Due North Outdoors Thursday at 6, only on Fox Sports North. Ben Revere hit a sharp ground ball. Martinez backhanded it, flipped it to Rollins. They forced Span at second, weren't able to get a double play.
Yeah, if it wasn't for Ben Revere's speed, that would have been a great double play turn.
And Revere takes a strike. My goodness. Man's thrown 28 pitches, 24 strikes.
Ten of 11 first pitch strikes.
Swing and a miss. 0-2.
A change up there at 83 miles an hour. Hamels making his 193rd major league start. He has 82 wins, 57 losses.
He's a free agent after this year. Phillies have the second highest payroll in the major leagues already, second to the Yankees. And there's all sorts of speculation as to where Hamels will be next year. Some people think he'll re-sign with the Phillies. Some people think the Dodgers are going to have a lot of cash to throw at some pitchers. Down low, 2-2.
I grew up in the San Diego area. The Padres.
They could open up the wallet as well as anybody else. 2-2. When you think of the Philly rotation when healthy, Hamels, Halladay, Lee. Last year they had Oswald.
Joe Blanton, who will be pitching here tomorrow.
2-2. Carroll goes. It's ball 3.
Oh, he had a great jump.
Carroll steals it easily.
And Hamels with that high leg kick. Carroll read it perfectly. Steals his 6th base of the year. Look at the jump.
So it was 0-2, and now Revere has worked the count full with Mauer on deck. And that handcuffs Martinez. Carroll had to hold up, so he'll only gain third base. Wasn't sure whether that ball was going to get to Martinez on the fly or not. So 2 aboard now for Mauer.
Yeah, that's one of those balls that will eat you up right there. That little short hop in front of you. And Martinez went over to his left, tried to get in front of it. Take a look right here. Revere hit it sharply, but the ball came up on him, got a piece of it, and slowed it down. So Rivera picks up his first hit, and runners at the corners, and 1 out.
A Mauer double here would be a significant hit for the Twins. It should score 2. That's outside, ball 1. Mauer struck out swinging in his first matchup with Hamels. One and 0. 2-0. Pete McCannon, bench coach for Charlie Manuel. Taken for a strike, 2-1. .340 interleague average, or with runners in scoring position, I should say. And another called strike. Mauer had strike 2 called on him in that first at bat in the same spot.
Yeah, 2 nasty pitches down and away. Phil Cuzzy giving the outer half of the plate.
And then some.
Nothing wrong with that. Remember, Hamels struck him out on a changeup in that first inning. Tried the fastball, missed down.
3-2. We'll see if the Twins send Revere here. Willingham on deck. Twins have the right guys coming up here. If they can string a few hits together, maybe somebody pops one and it'll be game on.
You know, we tried to compare Rod Carew and Joe Mauer in our pregame, but you know, the big thing about both these guys, they don't mind getting 2 strikes on them. They're going to make contact somewhere.
Safe at second, safe at first, Revere to third, Mauer to second base, and the Twins catch a break with Carroll scoring at 7-2.
Oh, the hard slide right there by Ben Revere. A great hustle. He was taken off with a pitch. He got on top of Martinez quickly. On the 3-2 pitch, a ground ball to short. Rollins over to Martinez, but Ben Revere beat the throw. And then the relay throw got past Mayberry.
A head-first slide, and Martinez got knocked off balance.
That'll be a fielder's choice, an RBI for Joe Mauer, his 30th of the year, and then the error charged to Martinez on the overthrow.
A couple of big runners out there. First for Willingham, then maybe for Morneau. Roy Smalley, Ben Revere off with the pitch, and he was almost on top of the bag by the time the throw got there.
Yeah, sort of off with the pitch. I don't think I've ever seen an example of speed like that, because he waited a long time to make sure Hamels wasn't going to throw over here to first base. So really kind of a hit and run type of a jump. Not a good jump at all, and beat it 2 hopper to short. That's amazing.
Foul back, and it's 1 strike to Willingham.
Well, Roy, you know what? Ben Revere, one of those guys within a step or two, he's already at full speed.
That's right. He was at full speed within about a step and a half. And full speed, I just got a chance to see what full speed really was. That was blazing. I love the head first slide, too. Talk the umpire into it pretty easily.
Bounce to third. Revere will scamper home. It's 7-3. Willingham will get credit for a run batted in.
His 43rd RBI of the year. Ben Revere got a very good jump, even though Polanco may have had a play. You know, with that lead, 7-2 at the time, go ahead and get the out. That's what Polanco did.
Now Morneau, and then the Twins hope to get Doman up yet this inning. Morneau taps it foul. 1 strike.
We talked about Hamels facing the Twins a couple years ago in Philadelphia in the 6th inning. Justin Morneau caught up to a pitch with Hamels and hit a home run off of him.
Trying to get Bauer in from second base with 2 gone. High fastball fouled back, 2 strikes.
Those are the numbers for Cole Hamels in that ball game. Again, he left with a 9-4 lead, and the Twins came back and beat the Phillies 13-10 in 11 innings.
Twins down by plenty here, but they're making a game of it. We're just in the 3rd inning. Morneau fouls it back. It seems as if Morneau, every time he's facing a left-handed pitcher, is behind in the count 0-2. I can't remember the last time against a lefty where he's been up there where the count's been 2-0. And here he is against a really tough lefty, and the count's 0-2. And now 1-2.
Changeup just missing low.
One and 2 to Morneau. A breaking ball, slow one at that. Tap foul again. Off the plate, 2-2 as he stands in now with a 2-2 count. Morneau hitting even 100 against left-handed pitching. 6 hits in 60 at bats. Anthony Swarzak warming up. And now a full count to Morneau with Doman on deck. And this will be the 50th pitch for Cole Hamels. Missed, and it was 0-2, and Hamels lost it.
Yeah, good at bat right there by Justin. Fouled off a couple pitches. Hamels with his first walk of the ball game. Ryan Doman got a chance to maybe knock in a run or 2 here.
Rich Doobie to the mound. With 60 at bats, Morneau's just drawn his 2nd walk against lefties. He's struck out 20 times.
That was a great at bat, though, guys. It really was to get down 0-2, as you were talking about, to a guy like Cole Hamels and Justin not swinging particularly well against left-handers. But a good battle, trying to go the other way, help him watch the ball a long time. The difference in this at bat, it seemed to me, was he didn't chase the balls down and away like we've seen him do. And that indicates to me he's getting a little closer against left-handers.
Well, here's Doman, hauled out on strikes his first time up, 2 men aboard. And a foul, 1 strike.
Mauer at second, Morneau at first.
1 strike to Ryan Doman. 2 strikes. You've seen a fastball 94, 95. That one at 92. Morneau climbed out of an 0-2 hole to get a walk. We'll see what Doman can do. Went up high and got him. Twins get back into the game. They leave a pair but score 2, and it's 7-3. YouTube.com/baseball. Well, you can ask questions as often as you like. Every night we'll pick one to discuss. Rick Hendrickson from Albany wondering whether Trevor Plouffe has become an everyday player.
I think he has. I mean, he's earned that spot, not only with a bat, but also on the defensive side. Plouffe has been red hot, 10 straight starts. He's been playing 8 of them at third, 1 in left field, 1 at first base. I think we're going to see Trevor Plouffe more at third than anywhere else from here on out.
And it appears he has found a position. And at the start of the year, heck, 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago, you wouldn't think he had a snowball's chance in Phoenix of anchoring at third base. But there he is. Anthony Swarzak on the mound for the Twins as we go to the 4th inning in a 7-3 game.
Yeah, again, P.J. Walters had to leave the ball game after 4 hitters with a sore right shoulder. Jeff Manship had to come in and out of the bullpen early, worked 3 innings, gave up a couple runs, 3 runs.
2-0 now to Juan Pierre. And Swarzak misses 3-0. Pierre, Pence, and Tomey here in the Philly 4th. And a strike. Pierre singled in the first inning, scored, then hit a fly ball to left in the second. Full count. Twins might have hoped under these harsh conditions that Manship would have pitched another inning or two, but they made the decision to get him out. Now Swarzak hopefully can pitch 3 or 4 innings.
Yeah, Manship threw 52 pitches in the 3 innings.
Dribble to the right side. Manship just got to the bag before Pierre. One away. Excuse me, Swarzak on the mound. He's got the put out, 1 down.
In our Circle Me Burt section today, we have Ron from Young America. Ron's here for the first time ever seeing a baseball game. So welcome. You got your family with you. All say hi. You're all hereby circled. There you go. You're all hereby circled. Welcome to the booth.
I believe you've just circled yourself as well. Have you ever done that before?
No, I never have. Not myself, no. I felt a tingle.
The less said about that, probably the better. 1 strike. Hunter Pence with a pair of hits. One and one. Phillies in an unenviable spot because they are 9.5 games out beginning play today. Washington already won 6-2 this afternoon at the Rogers Center. Former Philly prospect, now one of the top young guns for the Blue Jays, Kyle Drabeck, felt something pop in his elbow and left early today. They say he isn't experiencing a whole lot of pain, but he'll have an MRI and maybe some other initial exams on that elbow. Drabeck and others going to Toronto in the Roy Halladay trade. 1 and 2. 2 and 2. But here are the Phillies now 10 games back. And less than 100 games to go for Philadelphia. It's a big mountain to climb because there are 4 teams ahead of them in the standings. And some good young teams. Fouled away.
Well, the Phillies have kind of put themselves in the same situation as the Twins have. You know, not a very good April, not a very good May, and here in June, Twins playing very good baseball. Phillies have just won 1 ball game over their last 11. So they have been struggling.
And this one gets past Plouffe to his left. And Pence has his 3rd single of the night. Twins and Phillies wrap up the series tomorrow evening at Target Field. It's a Sports Authority value pack game. You can get a ticket in the U.S. Bank Home Run Porch View section. You get a free Schweigert hot dog and Pepsi. Call 800-33-TWINS. Go to twinsbaseball.com. And we'll see you here at the ballpark tomorrow night. Here's Thome. A 2-run single and a walk so far on his ledger. Strike 1. One and one. Thome confronted by the media here yesterday before the game, the Philadelphia and Minnesota media. And I'm sure he gets the question regularly, how long do you want to play? He says he still enjoys it. He enjoys situations like this. Standing in the box. Two and one.
I don't think, you know, other than the injuries he's had, I don't think his game has deteriorated in a way that, you know, he still can hit the ball out of the ballpark. The man is just physically strong.
Again, last year about this time when he was playing for the Twins, he hit one not to the batter's eye, not off the batter's eye, but over the batter's eye in center field. Kind of similar to where that ball's going.
Yeah.
He did it again. Unbelievable.
I said his ability has not deteriorated, or his strength.
And listen to the Minnesota fans getting a chance to see him hit one more mammoth home run, even if it's for the other guys.
His second home run of the year for the Phillies, his 606th career home run. And it looked like a changeup. And Tomey, that uppercut swing. My goodness, that man is strong.
That's almost a carbon copy of the one he hit last year. So a 2-run home run. Now bouncer to short. And the Phillies answer every time the Twins score, like the Twins answered the Philly runs in last night's game.
All right, look at the power he generates right there. Just see the lower body strength, the arm strength.
Cliff Lee can't believe it.
Tomey will be 42 years old in August.
You know, he's hit the ball very well since coming off the disabled list. Had a great series in Baltimore. And he's picked up, what, 4 hits already. Been on base 6 times in this series. And has just hit one of the longest home runs this ballpark has seen.
He's a plow horse.
But in its own way, it adds to the dilemma for the Phillies. What are they going to do when they play by National League rules? Their options aren't very good with Tomey. He tried to play first base, and his back gave out on him, and they ended up losing him for a month. And, you know, as he addressed the media yesterday, he said, you know, pinch hitting is tough. You know, when Tomey went from the White Sox to the Dodgers, that was his role with the Dodgers, and it's a tough job. And Tomey 0 for 10 with 8 strikeouts as a pinch hitter. I don't know which of those not very desirable options the Phillies will go with.
Well, you know what? They have the luxury of having his name on that bench list, if that's the way they're going to use him. And that threat is always there late in the ball game if he doesn't, you know, maybe play maybe once or twice or 3 times a week at first base.
Off the handle of the bat, Carroll to Morneau, and that ends the inning. The Twins got 2 in the bottom of the 3rd. Phillies got him back on a tape measure shot from Jim Tomey. From our Go Pro shot, that black area out there in the middle of your screen, Jim Tomey hit one from home plate over that just a few moments ago. Phillies are back in front 9-3. Every time the Twins score a run or two, the Phillies answer in the top half of the next inning.
Well, it's kind of deja vu of last night. You mentioned, Dick, the Twins had the lead. The Phillies came fighting back, and the Twins kept adding on.
One strike to Trevor Plouffe. Hit a home run to left his first time up. And now 1-1. Two and one. It's the third 6-run lead that Cole Hamels has been handed. Threw him a changeup on 3-1, and now the count's full. Plouffe strikes out, one away.
Hamels picking up his fourth strikeout. The tape measure shots here, hit here at Target Field by. See, the last one was 466, so we're going to add that right there into number 3. Bring that down to 4. And Jim told me we can see 4 of the longest home runs hit here at Target Field.
Dozier takes at the knees.
I always say as a pitcher, if you give them up like that. They put them on a chart.
Remember, a long story short, I was able to watch Reggie Jackson take batting practice at Yankee Stadium once. And I noticed even at batting practice, everybody else would hit the ball and they'd go out a certain ways and then they would start to come down. Reggie's got to that point and would keep going. And the same is true for Thome. That ball, I mean, we knew it was gone when he hit it, that unmistakable sound. But it got to a point where a lot of balls start descending, and it was still climbing. And Hamels strikes out Plouffe and Dozier, 2 quick outs.
And now 5 strikeouts in the ballgame for Hamels. Hamels came in with 86 strikeouts and 83 innings pitched. Just overpowering Dozier here. Fastball middle in.
And now Jamie Carroll. Dozier in a deep slump. He hits the ball hard. It's hit at somebody, and then Hamels kind of carves him up in that at bat. So he's 0 for 2 again tonight. 1 strike to Carroll.
First pitch strikes, getting ahead in the count is Cole Hamels.
And not just 0-1, very often the count 0-2, as it was to Morneau last inning. Carroll dumped a single to right, stole second, scored. Twins got a couple of runs in the third and left 2 aboard. Ouch. Oh, that awful sound. That sickening sound. Years of tree growing and hours of craftsmanship and a shattered bat. Target Field, second game of a 3-game series. Kevin Gork, Roy Smalley, Bert Blylev, and Dick Bramer commentating. All, I think, in awe of what Jim Thome did in the top of the 4th inning. John Mayberry hit an even more damaging home run with 2 men aboard in the 1st inning. And he leads off the 5th, taking strike 1 from Anthony Swarzak.
Yeah, then an RBI double in the 3rd inning. So Mayberry 2 for 2. He's driven in 4 runs.
Up and in, 1-1. So the Phillies scored 7 runs last night and lost. And they've got 9 early runs up on the Twins here, and we're just in the middle innings.
You know, a couple years ago when the Twins were in Philly, again, that 3-game series created 42 runs, 16 home runs, 9 hit by Philly, 7 by the Twins. 6 home runs hit already here in the second game of this 3-game series. Story last night, 11-7, won by the Twins, and here we are in the top of the 5th. It's already 9-3. So both these clubs swinging the bat well. Haven't seen too many pitchers duels.
Hack to the right side. Carroll over to Morneau. And that'll bring up Michael Martinez. AT&T trivia tonight. Who are the 2 active switch hitters to win an MVP award?
Well, one's on the on-deck circle.
Okay.
That's all we need, isn't it?
Yeah, but we, we've had a couple, quite a few actually, questions that we haven't gotten right. So we need those carryover points. Teixeira, did he win a?
I don't think he won an MVP yet.
Used to be one of the great trick trivia questions of all time. Who was the only switch hitter to be the MVP of the World Series?
It was a pitcher, was it not?
Vida Blue.
Vida Blue.
2-2 to Martinez. That's a ploy we use too when we don't know what the answer is. We deflect the question, come up with a different one, and try to give the correct answer to that one. Foul back. Well, that's a good question. I mean, there aren't many switch hitters to begin with.
I looked at the American League, all the different clubs, 14 different clubs. I can't think of an American League switch hitter who won an MVP.
Two and two. Oh, I think I know who it is. He's retiring this year. Down and away. Full count.
Okay. With the Braves.
Yep. And a walk will put Martinez aboard with 1 out in the 5th.
Yeah, second walk for Anthony Swarzak.
This season on Fox, Fox Sports is proud to support the Boys and Girls Club of America, a place where youth can reach their full potential as productive, caring, responsible citizens. And to learn more, visit greatfutures.org/Fox Sports. Here's Rollins, a single and a couple of strikeouts. Pulled to Morneau. Out there. And a double play. Nicely turned. 3-6-3. And it wraps up the top of the 5th.
lead by 6. We are standing smack dab in the middle of the Minnesota State Lottery winner circle. $100 in scratch-off tickets for our big winners tonight. Scott and Mary from Maple Grove, they have gone through 25 years of marriage. What a great place to celebrate at the ballpark. Obviously, many good memories raising 3 daughters, but how about being out here and having your daughters make you the sign, and now you're big winners of $100 in scratch-offs, and you're circled by a Hall of Famer.
That's awesome. When we first got married on a honeymoon, we went to a ball game, and that was our first idea to come back here.
You just got circled by Burt Blyleven. You're going to have $100 in scratch-off tickets. Compliments of the Minnesota State Lottery. 25 years, 3 daughters, and now they're looking for guys to 7 more runs with the Twins so they can come back and win this ball game.
Well, congratulations and happy anniversary to that couple.
2-0 to Denard Span, leading off the Twins' 5th. That's dumped foul with the business end of the bat sailing all the way over the Twins' dugout and back toward the back row of the first seating section.
Yeah, thank goodness everybody's okay. Watch Span make contact here. Watch the barrel of the bat just break in his hands. It's like a flying spear, so you have to be careful.
A couple of times this year, he's broken his bats just tapping home plate. Hamels looking in, wondering where that pitch was. That pitch has been called a strike many times tonight, and it's 3-1.
Let's take a look, see what Fox Track says. Good outside.
And another foul.
'71 pitches for Cole Hamels. 50 have been strikes. A walk with 5 strikeouts. Giving up 4 hits to the Twins.
Little tapper off the glove of Hamels, and that'll give Span a base hit. Rollins would have gobbled it up, very likely thrown out Span, but instead Hamels deflected it, and the Twins get a leadoff hit.
Yeah, pitcher's first reaction is try to get the ball, and Hamels, with his delivery, watch him fall off right there, reached for it right off the tip of the glove, and that slowed that ball down to allow Span to get his 2nd hit. This one an infield base hit. Twins get their 5th hit of ball game.
We'll see what the Twins can do with it. Still time here, just in the 5th inning. Twins got a long ways to go. But remember, last night the Twins scored 11 runs, facing a tougher pitcher tonight in Hamels. And Revere hits a double play ball. Even Ben Revere is doubled up, 2 down. And that'll bring up Mauer.
Taylor made double play right there. Ben Revere, as quick as you are, you cannot outrun that baseball. That ball's hit sharply to Martinez, over to Rollins to complete a double play.
Base is empty for Mauer. One and 0. Mauer struck out swinging in the first. Reached on an error on Michael Martinez in the 3rd.
Well, that pitch count mounting for Hamels. I mean, the first couple innings, especially the first inning, he threw only 9 pitches, 15 in the 2nd, but then 29 in the 3rd. Right now it's 75 pitches. Remember, their bullpen has really struggled this year. A lot of injuries, a lot of new faces.
Rollins over to Mayberry, and on 10 pitches, Hamels completes the 5th.
Tomorrow's Twins game. Well, again, that warm front that I mentioned earlier, not going to be posing any problems for us tonight. Nonetheless, those thunderstorms will advance eastward for tomorrow night. Could be on the strong side here near Target Field.
Oh, stay away. Perfect condition now. Look at 72 degrees.
After Sunday night, I think we've got enough rain for a while. My goodness, if it ever come down.
All the lightning. Oh. That was Florida weather right there. All the lightning and the heavy rains. Well, Anthony Swarzak starting his third inning of relief. P.J. Walters faced only 4 batters. Jeff Manship worked 3 innings. And Swarzak starting his third.
Juan Pierre at the plate, 1 for 3.
And if you're just joining us, P.J. Walters left the ball game after 4 batters with a tight right shoulder. He'll get an MRI tomorrow.
Gave up 4 singles, left the ball game after 15 pitches. Chopped to the right side, and it bleeds through. Pierre's aboard.
Yeah, Pierre with his second hit of the ball game.
That'll bring up Hunter Pence. Pence with 3 singles. A dozen hits for the Phillies, 9 runs. They've hit 2 home runs.
Swarzak pretty quick home, and of course Pierre at first. He's a base stealer.
Ball 1.
Swarzak utilizing that slide step toward home plate. Pierre at first base, 11 stolen bases in 13 attempts.
6th inning, up 6. You think they'd still run?
Yeah.
They know their bullpen better than we do.
Well, they remember that game back in Philly when they had that 9-4 lead after 7 innings and the Twins came back. Pierre wasn't there a couple years ago, but if he gets a good jump, he's going to take off. .565 career stolen bases for Juan Pierre at first base. You see Ben Revere being like a Juan Pierre.
I looked it up. Pierre's a little bit taller, stockier even than Revere. Here's a drive, and Revere will try to make the catch. He makes it easily, 1 away. They have similar limitations. Neither one has much power to speak of. Pierre every once in a while will hit one out, but they each got to and will stay in the big leagues because of their legs.
Right.
Well, in his last at bat, we were talking about Tommy on April 10th last year in a Twins uniform. He hit one over the batter's eye, and he just about duplicated it, almost to the exact same spot as we were flashing back to last year. Morneau, and back to first, a double play. Second 3-6-3 double play to end the inning. last night at least, the second baseman's the best athlete on the team.
I tell you what a play by Martinez. Falling down and being able to get that ball out of his glove over to Rawlings. That's off the bat of Ben Revere in the first inning.
The Frost Brewed Coors Light freeze can with Willingham taking a strike. Willingham, Morneau, and Doman. Blasted to center. Willingham's got one. His 13th of the year.
Well, back-to-back games for Josh Willingham. Hit one last night into the bullpen area, and here tonight says, take that, Jim Thome. Just a little bit shorter than Jim Thome's home run. Well, Willingham gets hold of one, straightaway center. It's a 9-4 ball game.
Morneau pops it up down the right field line. A long run for Pence. Makes the catch in the corner. One away. If you're hitting the road, take the Twins with you this season. Subscribe to MLB.tv and see every Twins out-of-market game live online and on your favorite devices in HD quality. Visit twinsbaseball.com to order. Get more details. MLB.tv. Baseball everywhere. Home territory. Blackout restrictions apply. And now strike one to Ryan Doman. Hamels has struck him out twice. The Reds beat the Indians 5-3. Doman having a tough time against Hamels here tonight.
Hey, he's having a tough time laying off that high fastball. 0 for 2 with a couple strikeouts. Hamels with 5 strikeouts in the ball game.
1-2. Tapper to third. Easy play for Polanco. 2 down. Time for the CenturyLink high-speed pitch.
Well, P.J. Walter started this ball game. I know that shoulder was bothering him. Clocked as high as 87. And Cole Hamels trying to get the final out here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Clocked at 94.
Here's Trevor Plouffe. Plouffe with a home run to left, and then he struck out swinging in the 4th.
Young man getting a souvenir.
There's another one over by the Philly dugout. Plouffe gone on 3 pitches. Ruiz with the throw. The leadoff home run for Willingham. The Twins still down by 5. kind of spun out of control early on.
Yeah, P.J. Walters, I guess in the bullpen didn't felt some soreness in that right shoulder. Ron Gardner came out. P.J. Walters left. He will be getting an MRI tomorrow. Faced 4 batters, all of them reached. And then later in that first inning, John Mayberry hitting a 3-run home run. Trevor Plouffe, he's been hot, his 11th home run of the year. Jim Thome clobbered one over the center field batter's eye. Then Josh Willingham just hit a home run, his 13th of the year.
There's Walters. Will get his right shoulder examined tomorrow. Shane Victorino 0 for 3. Victorino's had a right hand problem, and his splits haven't been very good from the left side of the plate, hitting about 100 points less than from the right side of the plate.
That's all they need is another player on a disabled list, the Phillies.
Only 9 of them right now. Easy play for Morneau. 1 down. Chutes Ruiz will hit. A couple of hits and a walk. Jeff Gray warming up in the Twins pen.
Yeah, Swarzak doing the best he can. He did give up that 2-run home run to Jim Thome, but has settled down very nicely. He's only given up 1 hit since that home run. Starting he's in his 4th inning of relief.
Strike 1. White Sox are trailing the Cardinals 1-0 bottom of the 7th. Tigers have a 5-4 lead over the Cubs in the 7th at Wrigley Field. Down the line, and Ruiz has an extra base hit. It's the second time that Plouffe has had a ball get past him. He's made 1 nice backhanded play, but Ruiz has his 2nd double and 3rd hit of the ball game.
Well, there's a couple things you have to do. I'm sure as a third baseman, you take away that hole to your left, or you take it away from your right, and he said, well, he's not going to hit it down the line, but Carlos Ruiz, that's his 5th hit already here in 2 ball games. Came in hitting .350.
Here's Polanco. You mentioned earlier, Polanco doesn't walk that much. Really tough to strike out. Of course, his strikeout in game 163, one of the big plays for the Twins in their extra inning victory over Detroit to get into the playoffs. Two 2-0. Foul back 2-1.
Well, Polanco's had a very steady career, a career 300+ hitter. This is his 15th major league season, coming up with the Cardinals back in 1998. 2nd stint with the Phillies. He was with the Phillies from 2002 to 2005, and then went to the Tigers.
Sharply hit. Dozier throws to 3rd, and Ruiz is thrown out. A little bit of a brain cramp by the Philly catcher. 2 down. And Mayberry Jr. to the plate. Twins will be home Sunday, wrapping up the homestand in the interleague series with the Brewers. That series presented by CenturyLink. And on Sunday's also Father's Day, and the first 10,000 men will get a great Twins golf head cover courtesy of 1500 ESPN. Tickets available for Sunday, so call 800-33-TWINS or visit twinsbaseball.com. 4 runs batted in from Mayberry, 3 on a home run in the first, another on an RBI single in the third. Ball 1. Breaking ball over. This is a little frightening to consider, but it's a condition of the state of affairs of the Twins, the pitching staff. With his outing here tonight, Anthony Swarzak is now 3rd on the team in innings pitched. McDonald's. Right now, you can get 20 crispy chicken McNuggets. Is brought to you by McDonald's. Right now, you can get 20 crispy chicken McNuggets for just $4.99 at McDonald's. And by AT&T, the nation's largest 4G network. AT&T. Rethink possible. All right, time for Brian Dozier to turn things around here. He'll lead off the 7th inning for the Twins. 0 for 2 in the ballgame. The ball hard his first time up lining out, then he struck out in the 4th. 1-1.
Hamill starting his 7th inning, doing such a good job of getting strike one. 26 batters, 22 times he's worked strike one on that first pitch to a hitter. Get ahead in the count.
Foul back. 1-2.
Hamels with 1 walk in the ball game, 6 strikeouts. 4 runs allowed, 3 earned runs.
Inside 2-2. It'll be Dozier, Carroll, and Span. Twins down by 5. They've got 9 outs left. That's hit to the gap in left center. Dozier has his hit. It's an extra base hit as he drives it all the way to the fence for a leadoff double.
Oh, good for Brian Dozier. Like you mentioned, Dick, yeah, he struck out a little bit, but when he has made contact, it seems like it's been right at a fielder. And here, just driving the ball to left center. For Dozier, a leadoff double, his 8th double of the year.
See if the Twins can get something going here after a leadoff double. See if Carroll can back it up with a hit, get on base somehow.
Dozier snapped a little 0 for 14 streak.
Carroll singled and scored in the third, bounced to third in the fourth. Up high, ball one. And Carroll takes ball two. Hamels has issued just one walk. That was to Morneau, and he had him 0-2, but lost him. With Span on deck.
Well, 94 pitches, 65 strikes, and a bullpen that has not gotten up yet.
And a 4-pitch walk fills first base. So the lineup turns over. Span will hit with 2 men aboard. He's got 2 singles and a lineout so far. And Rich Doobie to the mound. 95 pitches for Hamels.
Hamels, as I mentioned earlier, is making his 193rd major league start. He has 10 complete games, 4 career shutouts. In interleague play, he's making his 21st interleague start, 6 wins, 10 losses, an ERA just over 4. Had a no decision a couple years ago against the Twins in that wild game. And that's what the score was, 9-4 when he left.
Span and Revere have been getting on base. Antonio Bastardo warming up. Saw the other 2 lefties for the Phillies out of their bullpen last night. Might see Bastardo here tonight. So a big at bat now for Span. A double and a walk from the 8 and 9 batters. And what a retrieve by Ruiz. The ball deflected up in the air, and Dozier, the lead runner, made a good decision not to go.
Yes, he did. Watch this ball where it lands right here. It flipped up off the glove, and Dozier thought about going because he sees that ball up, but alertly scoots back to second.
It'd have been out by 20 feet.
Oh. He would have been in a pickle.
Outside 2-0.
Span, I'm sure, will take a pitch right here. And he does.
After 6 balls, a strike. Two and 1. That's a fair ball. Dozier will score. Carroll to third. Span to second. Span has his 3rd hit.
Boy, does he let that ball get deep into that strike zone. I mean, at the last second, he just kind of utilizes his quick wrist and just flips that ball the other way, right down that 3rd baseline. Out of the reach of Polanco. Look at this, right there, right at the last second, just boom, almost like he wants to do that.
About a foot away from Ruiz's mitt.
Yeah.
Well, Hamels will come out with nobody out in the 7th inning. The Twins making some noise. It's 9-5. A hit to the outfield by Revere should cut the Philly lead in half. Right now it's a 4-run lead, but there's nobody out in the 7th. have done a nice job, a good defensive player. They all get a chance to play because Chase Utley is on the shelf. Here's our Sanford Health injury report.
Yeah, he just started his rehab, and not a very good beginning to it. 0 for 5 with 3 punch-outs last night in Clearwater. And it'll take Chase Utley a while to rehab, come back from that right knee injury.
Antonio Bastardo comes in with the Twins threatening to really close the gap with the Phillies. They've already scored once here in the 7th.
Well, Bastardo, a left-hander that has a pretty good fastball, slider, and a changeup. Only 12 hits allowed in 20 1/3 innings. Has given up a couple home runs, 10 walks, 1 intentional, with 29 strikeouts. He is one bright spot out of that bullpen. He and Jonathan Papelbon, the closer.
Revere, a dozen singles in 27 at-bats against lefties. A .444 average coming into play today. 1 for 3 against Hamels. Hit to the outfield should make it a 2-run game. Fastball down the middle, a strike. Middle infielders playing back. Phillies will give up another run here if it's hit to Martinez or Rollins. In the dirt, dug out by Ruiz.
That's a slider right there. Bastardo, 26 years old, with the Phillies for the 4th season. From the Dominican Republic.
One and one to Revere. Another good take. 2 and 1.
Yeah, 2 sliders down in the strike zone.
Twins got a run in the 2nd, 2 in the 3rd, 1 in the 6th, 1 so far here in the 7th. But the situation is such where it wouldn't take too much for the Twins to jump right back into this ball game with both feet. Base hit left field. Carroll scores. Span will be held. And the inning continues, still nobody out.
He took those 2 sliders, so Bastardo has to come in with a fastball, and he did. A fastball away, and Ben Revere just went with it. Fastball up. Look at that. Watch Ben Revere right there. Weighted back nicely. Found that hole in left field right of Rollins. And Revere picks up an RBI, his 7th of the year. And runners at the corners with nobody out.
Bauer is 0 for 3. Among left-handed batters in the league, Bauer is the best against left-handed pitching. Coming into the game, hitting at .352. 0 for 3. In other words, he's due. Ball 1. A big fly ties it up. Nice block again by Ruiz.
Bastardo has tried 3 sliders. All of them have been just like that.
Something I'm sure Bauer is aware of.
Cole Hamels could only watch.
No activity in the Philly bullpen, so Bastardo asked to face left-handers Revere and Bauer, but Willingham, a right-handed batter, on deck. a fastball for a strike.
Well, Joe's last home run came on June 2nd in Cleveland against left-handed reliever Tony Sipp. A 2-run home run.
Two and one to Bauer. Base hit right field. Span scores. Revere will hold up. And it's 9-7.
Bauer picking up his second RBI of the ball game, shooting that fastball through the infield. And Span scores his third run of the inning. You see Ben Revere had to hold up right there, and Pence getting it to it. The ball quickly, so Revere stops at second.
Tying run at first. The Phillies have had leads of 6-0, 7-1, and 9-3. And Willingham, who crushed a home run to center field his last time up, stands in with nobody out. Stardo looking back, trying to figure out which middle infielder he'll throw to in the event he fields a comebacker. A high drive, it's foul, but it got half the people out of their seats. He was waiting for that slider, and he crushed it.
Well, he's sitting way up there where that ball ended up. You say, oh, we'll never get a ball up here. My goodness. Hit, and Judge knew it right off the get-go.
All right, that was his breaking pitch. In the dirt. 1-1. We had an 11-7 ball game last night. It's 9-7 now, and I don't think anybody here believes that's going to be the final score. 1-1 to Willingham. A fastball gets a vicious swing and a miss.
Pretty good spot with that fastball, too, about letter high, middle in. 92-mile-an-hour fastball.
The fastball got by him. The slider did not.
I wouldn't throw another slider. I'd try to come back with that same fastball.
One and two to Willingham. Just missed the corner with a fastball, and it's 2-2. How do you take that pitch? You're up there with 2 strikes. That ball looked like it missed the strike zone by about an inch.
Well, Willingham, a hitter that gets right on top of that plate, too. Ball inside.
2-2. Pounded foul, might hit his foot. Well, we're down 9-3, and then this.
Yeah, last inning, leading off the bottom of the 6th inning. Straight away center. A solo home run, his 13th of the year.
2-2 again to Willingham. That kicks away from Ruiz into the dugout. Everybody advances a base. A very important wild pitch because now the tying run is in scoring position. And he'd been firing that breaking pitch in the dirt pretty much all inning long.
Yeah, third wild pitch. You see where that ball hit right in front of the plate, and Ruiz tried to keep it in front of him, but the ball deflecting to his right into the dugout of the Twins.
Big moment. Full count to Willingham. Struck him out. One away. Infield was playing back. They were conceding one run with Revere's speed at third, but Bastardo got a big strikeout for the first out.
Yeah, Bastardo just reared back and challenged Willingham, this time on the outer half of the plate, and Josh swung through it.
So now Morneau with the infield again playing back. The tying run at second and one away. A breaking pitch. So many times they start Justin with that breaking pitch.
And that's a nasty pitch right there. That was a perfect slider down and away. He hangs that slider. It could be a 10-9 lead for the Twins.
Blocked by Ruiz, 1-1. And at least now the count is not 0-2. Talking before about Morneau's struggles against lefties. It seems after two pitches it's 0-2 in most of the at-bats. Kind of hard to hit with an 0-2 count. Morneau trying to pick up Willingham. And some debris blowing behind the mound. Bouncer to second. It'll score a run. Morneau retired. It's a one-run ball game.
Well, Justin picking up an RBI, his 33rd. That's a 9-8 game. Fourth run to score this inning for the Twins.
Again, underscoring the strikeout of Willingham. The Phillies were going to concede the 8th run in the Willingham at bat. It didn't score, so they played back in the infield again. Here's Doman with the tying run now at third. Looking for his first hit of the night. It just looks like he's having a tough time seeing the ball against these Philadelphia left-handed pitchers. 2 strikeouts his first 2 times up against Hamels. And then a 2-hopper to third.
I think on that pitch right there, Doman guessing fastball, and he got the slider. Another slider.
Looking for a hit. A wild pitch, anything to get this game tied up. 2 strikes to Ryan Doman. Breezed him with a fastball. Inning started with 4 hits and a walk.
Jeff Gray, who was up last inning. Perkins up now.
Got a piece of it, and Ruiz can't quite get there. Just lunged at the ball and fought it off. Another slider, wasn't it?
Yeah, just stayed up. Take a look at the slider right there. Good hustle by Ruiz. Just comes up short.
Well, if he gets anything other than a slider in this at bat. One and two. Got him with a slider. But the Twins score 4 times. It's a 1-run ball game as we go to the 8th.
Copyrighted telecast presented by the authority of the Minnesota Twins and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Minnesota Twins, LLC.
Jeff Gray coming out of the bullpen to pitch for the Twins, trying to pick up where Anthony Swarzak left off. Swarzak gave up the long home run to Thome, but backed that up with 3 scoreless innings.
Yep, he kept the club in the game and allowed the Twins to come back and fight their way back to a 1-run deficit right now. And that's the job that Jeff Gray needs to do, is put a 0 on the board, making his 25th appearance.
It's not a good sign when your long reliever is 3rd on your team in innings pitched, but that's where the Twins find themselves. Swarzak did make 4 starts. They were all fairly short starts. Diamond wasn't with the club early. Blackburn, of course, on the disabled list. Only one Twins pitcher would even qualify for the American League ERA leadership based on 1 inning per game played, and that's Pavano, and he's on the disabled list and will fall off that chart soon. Strike 1. Martinez leading things off. And if Gray can A, put a 0 up, and B, get the Twins off the field in 8-10 pitches, be just what the doctor ordered. Inside.
Well, Gray with a fastball in the low 90s, slider. He'll mix in occasional curveball and a changeup. 30-year-old in his first season with the Twins, claimed off waivers by the Twins from the Seattle Mariners.
Chopper to second.
That's a good beginning.
3 pitches, 1 out. And that'll bring up Jimmy Rollins. Chad Qualls warming up. Pitched last night. Jimmy Rollins, a single his first time up, and a couple of strikeouts and a ground ball double play. And Swarzak was greatly benefited by not 1 but 2 3-6-3 double plays. Got the Twins off the field in the 5th and again in the 6th. And then you look too in the 7th inning, Ruiz with a 1-out double, and he tries to advance on a ground ball to short. Just little things like that have allowed the Twins to get back to within 1. Hit a long way foul. Our trivia question involves switch hitters who won MVP awards. Rollins is one, and we think Chipper Jones the other.
Ding, 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 ding. We get bonus.
1-1 to Rollins. Popped up and out of play. As much as the Phillies have struggled, they may have the best closer in the National League in Jonathan Papelbon.
Well, 16 for 16 in save opportunities this year in his first season with the Phillies.
One and two to Rollins. Span running to the gap. Nice running catch. 2 outs on 7 pitches. Got a good quick burst of speed on that drive.
Boy, the concentration an outfielder has to have on a ball like that when there's so many elements that come into play. Yeah, the ball that's slicing away, Span hustling, getting it on the run. But a lot of times, at night games, a little easier to see than day games here. But there's a lot of fans behind, of course, home plate that to come into play with their white hats or whatever. Great concentration, great jump.
And that skips off the glove of Gray and into center field, a base hit for Juan Pierre, and that'll get Pence to the plate.
Yeah, Pierre with his 3rd hit of the ball game now with 2 outs. Keep an eye on Pierre at first base. He's going to try to get in the scoring position. Hunter Pence with 3 hits, all singles.
Well, with a few rough edges, this game has borne a lot of similarity to the game last night. The Twins jumped out early, and the Phillies kept trying to come back on the Twins, and every time the Phillies scored, the Twins answered in the bottom of the inning. And here it's been just the opposite, with the Twins trying to catch up. The Twins have just put a 4 spot up on the board, and Gray in charge of putting up a 0 here on the top of the 8th.
Gray will try to utilize that slide step.
The Cardinals beat the White Sox 1-0 in St. Louis. So if the Twins can come back and win this game, they'll pick up a game on the top 2 teams in the division. Cleveland's already lost 5-3 to the Reds. On the outside corner.
Looking at that scoreboard, the Mets beat the Rays 9-1, and R.A. Dickey started that ball game. With that win, he goes to 10-1. Talk about him being the maybe starter in the All-Star game.
Up and in, 1-1. Rays struggling. They had a lopsided loss last night at Tropicana Field, and another one tonight. Balk is called on Gray.
He did not come set. Tried to quick pitch. And Pierre does get to second base without a stolen base on a balk.
If anybody would know about that, it would be you, right?
Yeah. Well, you have to come set. Watch. Right here.
Looks to me like he was set. 1-1 to Pence. The speedy runner at second and 2 away. Dozier has a weird hop. Makes the play. Got him. Good play. That ball had some spin on it. And Dozier stayed with it and got the third out.
And he had to get rid of it quickly because of Hunter Pence.
The bottom of the eighth. Stay with us immediately after the game for Twins Live, presented by CenturyLink. Twins been battling back all night long. They've got some hot bats. We'll take you through some of those numbers. We'll go inside the clubhouse and hear from the manager, Ron Gardner. What does he think of his team's effort, and what kind of update can we get on P.J. Walters, who will have an MRI tomorrow and left this game after just 4 batters? And our professionals take you on the field, and Roy Smalley will teach you all about the 3-6-3 double play. You won't want to miss it. Dick and Bert.
What role in that will you play?
I think I'm going to do the same role I did last night. I'll bring my glove down there and play first base. I'll just catch a couple balls.
All right.
Looking forward to it. Chad Qualls coming in. He worked in last night's ball game. He worked the bottom of the 8th inning, as he's asked to do here. He pitched in shutout innings, 16 pitches, 10 for strikes. He did give up a double in the 4 batters he faced to Ryan Domit. Got the double.
Trevor Plouffe will lead off the 8th inning. And he takes a strike at the knees.
Ty Wigington at first base now as John Mayberry moves to left field. Juan Pierre out of the ball game.
Plouffe faced Qualls last night, ended up hitting a ground ball to third. One and one. Plouffe drives it foul. Plouffe homered in the second to get the Twins on the board. Since then, though, a couple of strikeouts.
The Twins have really taken advantage of the bullpens of the Cubs and the Phillies in last night's ball game, and the Cubs in that 3-game series.
Now Bastardo gave up a run on a couple of hits, but he faced the 4, 5, and 6 batters and kept the Phillies in the lead. And now Qualls trying to get through the 8th to set up the 9th for Papelbon. Whoa! Very close pitch, and it's taken for ball 3.
Yeah, Qualls has that hard slider, and that's what this is right here.
Ooh. Plouffe lucky to still be standing there. Dozier and Carroll will follow.
See if he can take advantage of that break.
Fastball got him. So Plouffe strikes out for the third time in a row. One down, and that'll bring up Dozier.
Yeah, after just missing with the slider, Qualls just challenges him with a fastball. Plouffe swinging through it.
Dozier with a double off the fence in left center his last time up. Diekman, the left-hander, Papelbon, the right-hander. And the Twins pen Matt Capps in the event the Twins take the lead or tie it. Dozier out in front. Strike one. Takes strike two. Dozier's leadoff double triggered a 4-run 7th inning. That's strike three, and Ruiz will fire to first, 2 down. So Qualls comes out of the pen, strikes out Plouffe and Dozier, and now he'll face Carroll.
Qualls 33 years old in his first season with the Phillies. Last year with the Padres. Came up with the Astros in 2004.
Carroll with 2 runs scored again tonight. A single and a stolen base, a run scored in the 3rd, and then a walk and a run scored in the 7th. Bullpen is ineffective as it's been. They've got 5 straight outs now, 4 strikeouts and a ground ball. Bastardo got Willingham, Morneau, and Domet. And now Qualls starts the 8th inning with a pair of strikeouts. Two strikes to Carroll. Strike 3, but he's going to reach on a pitch in the dirt. Carroll will run to first on strike 3 in the dirt. And now Charlie Manuel will come out here with Span already touching the Phillies for 3 hits tonight. He's going to bring in another left-hander. Apparently. To face Span with the tying run on. It'll be Jonathan Papelbon. And 18 runs in the game last night. We've already got 17 tonight. And reminder about Our Family section, ticket availability for upcoming games at Target Field. You can get a ticket in the alcohol-free section and receive a free Schweigert hot dog and Pepsi. For pricing and details on the Our Family section, go to twinsbaseball.com.
Oh, Jonathan Papelbon on the mound, 16 for 16 in save opportunities. Coming over from the Boston Red Sox, who's a free agent, signed a 5-year deal with the Philadelphia Phillies over the winter.
He's been very good. He's been part of the solution, not the problem for the Phillies in their relief corps. Span has 3 hits, including an opposite field double and a run scored his last time up.
Yeah, the last 6 years with the Boston Red Sox, 219 saves.
Span with 3 hits and a lineout. Just off the plate, ball 1. Span's average started at 286. It's up to 295.
Yeah, outfield playing pretty deep for Denard Span. They do not want the ball to get by him.
Down the middle, a strike.
Papelbon, 31 years old, 4-time All-Star when he was with the Boston Red Sox.
To left field, and a running catch made by Mayberry. Span with a bullet for the 3rd out of the 8th. Been a wild game. The Phillies have had 3 6-run leads, and their lead now down to a run.
Yeah, remember, the Phillies scored 6 runs in the 1st inning, but these Twins have kept battling back, and it's a 9-8 Philly lead.
Glenn Perkins in to pitch to Jim Thome. The last Philly run scored back in the 4th inning, when Thome hit, well, you can't even call it a tape measure shot because they don't make tape measures that long. 466 feet over the batter's eye in center field.
Perkins worked the 8th inning last night. A shutout inning, gave up 1 hit, and that was to Jim Thome. Thome got a base hit to right field.
They're waiting for it out there in case he can do it a 3rd time.
Over the batter's eye.
2 strikes quickly. Perkins to Tomey. No, Bauer wanted it. 1-2.
I think Jim Tomey took a couple steps toward their dugout. Hard slider away.
No, he didn't go. I don't think. Lays off another breaking pitch. 2-2. Little dribbler. Perkins to the bag. Perkins can catch the ball. And Tomey hustles back to the bag. Borno fielded it. Perkins went to the bag. And it looked like Borno's flip was on target. It's just Perk didn't catch the ball.
Well, sometimes as your pitcher, you get over there and you're trying to find the bag and the ball at the same time. Take a look right here. Justin coming in. Perkins' job, get over there by the bag. And then the flip right off the glove of Perkins. Ball that should have been caught. He's on the bag.
Tomey lifted for a pinch runner.
Perkins will be charged with an error.
Fontenot running in the DH spot now. Victorino, the batter, 0 for 4 as a left-handed batter, now hitting from the right side. Strike 1.
Victorino, a little bit better hitter on the right side, hitting .302 coming into this at bat.
He's had that right hand injury, which affects him more from the left side than the right side. 1 strike. Scalded past Plouffe. Willingham fires it. Going to throw it to second, but there was nobody there. So it's a double after the error, and the Phillies are threatening to expand the lead. A rocket past Plouffe, and then somebody missed coverage at second base.
That's Justin Morneau's responsibility, getting over there and follow the runner to second base. So Victorino jumping on a fastball, hitting it past the diving Plouffe into left field. And Fontenot at good speed scoots over to third. And Victorino will get a double.
Ruiz will be intentionally passed to fill the bases with nobody out. Coming back to within 1. And now the Phillies with a big threat in the top of the 9th inning. An error, a double, an intentional walk. And one of the great contact hitters in the game, Polanco, coming to the plate in a situation where Perkins needs to strike him out.
Infield has to be coming in right here. Let's take a look on how the defense behind Perkins will play. Here they come, middle infielders just on the other side of the grass on the dirt. Trying to cut that runner off at home if they can.
Up and away, ball 1. Nearly 200 at bats, only 17 strikeouts on the day, and this is his first day back after missing a handful of games. He's 0 for 4. Got the ball out of the infield once. Two 2-0. 13 pitches. 5 strikes, discounting the intentional pass.
Perkins last night, 14 pitches, 11 were strikes in that one shutout inning.
2-0 to Polanco. fouled away. It was Joe Nathan who struck out Polanco late in that game, 163. Alex Burnett warming up in the Twins pen. Snap back. Plouffe comes home. Out there, they'll only get one. Plouffe's throw kind of stretched Mauer out into foul territory.
Yeah, a little stronger throw right there by Plouffe. Mauer may have been able maybe to get Polanco at first. Polanco hitting that ball, and you see him hustling down that line, but the ball got to Plouffe pretty quickly, and then the throw a little bit on the foul ball side, and Joel had only one play, and they do get the force out at home.
So one down, bases reloaded, different runners for Mayberry.
Now Perkins can use one of his strikeouts. 33 strikeouts in 26 innings pitched coming into this ball game. There's strike one.
And Mayberry strikes out about once every 3.5 times up.
And he hasn't struck out yet in 4 at-bats.
Infield playing back, hoping for a double play grounder. And Perkins gets ahead of him, 0-2.
Now we've seen Perkins a lot of times get that slider down and into right-handed hitters and pick that strikeout up. A lot of right-handers will swing over the top of that slider.
If he strikes out that often, you'd think from time to time he'd chase a high fastball.
See what the Twins decide right here.
High fastball, 2 down. That's a huge strikeout.
Yes, it is. Just reared back and threw the ball right past Mayberry.
So 2 down and the base is loaded. And here's Michael Martinez. Had a good night at the plate last night, not so much tonight. 0 for 3 with a walk. A pop-up foul into the seats. One strike to Martinez.
There's that slider. Crowd here at Target Field, 32,581, most of them on their feet.
Two strikes to Martinez. Got him! What a job by Perkins. 15, but 7 times this year on the road they have been walked off, including twice in Baltimore. Adam Jones with a home run. 7 times they've seen the other team celebrate at home plate. This was Sunday afternoon. In none of those 7 games was their best relief pitcher, Jonathan Papelbon, even used, but he's in here in the 9th and was actually brought in to finish off the 8th inning.
Yeah, we mentioned last inning, Papelbon 16 for 16 in save opportunities in his first season with the Phillies.
Revere, Bauer, and Minnesota's own walk-off hero Josh Willingham are due up here in the 9th.
Yeah, the rally hats are out.
Revere with a pair of hits and a pair of runs scored. If the Twins can get his speed on the bases, that would change everything. Strike 1.
Papelbon with that glare.
Ground ball to second. And Martinez throws Revere out, 1 away. And it'll bring up Bauer. Bauer just 1 for 6 in his career against Papelbon, but the 1 was a home run. With an RBI single his last time up. Off the plate, ball 1. Swing, a miss. But the bottom dropped out of that.
Yeah, he's got that split finger. That might have been the splitter.
One and 1 to Mauer. Mid-90s fastball missing, 2-1. Two and 1. Again, that splitter that just drops straight down. 2-2. So he's shown him the fastball, but he's gotten the strikes on the splitter. Two and 2 to Mauer. Foul tip, but Ruiz hangs on, 2 away.
Oh, he went with a high fastball. Joe fouled it off, but right into the glove of Carlos Ruiz. So Papelbon getting the second out on a strikeout. So Joe tipped it right there.
Oh, you can see how late he was on that fastball. Well, here's Willingham with the bases empty. Significant because Willingham twice in June has delivered walk-off hits for the Twins. Can't do that here, at least not in the 9th inning. Fly ball center field. Coming in is Victorino, and it's the second baseman Martinez who goes all the way out to center field to end the game. Victorino was back by the warning track, and Willingham nearly dropped a base hit in front of him.
Yeah, Victorino's back was against the wall, but it's Martinez that goes out to short center field to make the catch.
Wild game. The Phillies didn't score after the fourth inning, but they did impressively with our Jimmy John's delivery of the game. Jim Thome hitting it over the batter's eye.
Another mammoth shot here at target field off the bat of Jim Thome. Our Jimmy John's delivery of the game.
18 runs last night in the ball game. 17 runs tonight. Anthony LaPanta will almost certainly have a pitcher's duel tomorrow.
We'll see. We'll preview tomorrow's series finale. We'll hear from Ron Gardenhire. Take a look at long balls at target field tonight. And our instructional is the 3-6-3 double play. That's all next on Twins Live.